All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rachak Wadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, and also honor and salutation to those of you who are of the hopeful elect and are out there teaching the word in sincerity and truth. So I wanted to talk about what you see on your screen here, a video that has recently surfaced of this guy right here, this young man, being killed by two Edomites who was following him around while he was jogging. Um, I was reading the news reports about um some, I forget what news source it was, but they managed to get the police report when this first happened. Apparently this happened a couple of months ago, but the video just resurfaced online, or maybe not, maybe resurface is not the right word, but the video popped up. But apparently this happened a couple months ago, and this news source was able to get the police report from when it first happened, and this guy McMichaels, who shot the kid, um, said that he saw somebody that looked like somebody that may have taken something from him. Apparently, it was uh, a handgun that was missing in the guy's car, and he was blaming this kid that was jogging. But I'm gonna say this, man. Um, that story was a crock of shit, and I don't care if it was true or not. Um, Esau has been salivating at the mouth for an opportunity to kill Jake, you know, and they've always felt this way. This is not a new feeling. Matter of fact, uh, let's see. Bear with me for a second here. This is Lamentations 2:15. It says, "All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?" Right? That when I read that, I always think of a level of envy from the speaker. Right? This is the perfection of beauty. This is who's the joy of the whole earth. Sounds like envy, and that's the feeling that these so-called white people, these Edomites, have for you. There's a level of envy that they have that allows them to exercise these types of things, like murder and Jake, and making sport of it, right? It says, "All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee, and hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, We have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it." You see? So it's not a new sentiment that Esau has for the killing of Jake. But what has happened is culture has changed a little bit, right? There was a time where something like this could happen and it gets swept under the rug like that never happened. Like when you look at the movie Rosewood, right? You had it chronicled a situation that happened in a Reubenite town in Florida where this Edomite woman was having an affair, you know, cheating on her husband, if you will, with this Edomite man, and she wanted a little bit more from the guy than she could get, and she was, being a asshole about it, and the Edomite kicked her ass, and she knew that she would have to explain who beat her down, so she blamed, Jake, and they went on a witch hunt looking for anybody who they could find to blame for this thing, and they tore the whole city upside down, man. Tore the whole city upside down because of this accusation, right? So this is not new. Like Esau's been doing stuff like this falsely accused. And I guarantee you, the dude McMichaels found his gun that he said got stolen. Probably just misplaced it, right? But this is not a new thing. It's quite old. But again, with the culture change, what's happened is when what you see with that witch hunt, it was acceptable. Even the sheriff got in on trying to look for the guy who so-called beat this so-called white woman up. Even the sheriff got involved, right? So it was acceptable back then. So the culture has changed a little bit, and now Jake is starting to complain about their mistreatment, right? But they've been chopping at the bit, if you will, waiting to have an opportunity to do things like this. And then it's been happening. It started off with cops, and now you're having civilians, which they say this guy was an ex-sheriff, but when you retire, you're now a civilian, right? So you got your everyday civilians now going to grab their gun and taking somebody's life in their own hands, man, right? But again, it's not as acceptable. So you got that story that was made up by that Edomite about why he did it, right? And let's say you saw the dude in your yard taking something, right? Let's say he was taking something, right? You didn't see him, right? So that's one thing, and then and two, is it worthy of taking the guy's life, right? But I'm gonna tell you, man, like Esau is raging war against you so-called black people, you Jakes, you Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, and so forth and so on. There's a war being waged against you, and you don't even know. You have no clue. You have no idea that there's a war being waged against you chemically. There's a war being waged against you financially. There's a war that's being waged against you socially, right? Medically, spiritually. There is a war being waged against you, and all you niggas can think to do is say, I can't wait to get my edge up, or my line up, or fresh cut, my nails done, my hair done. There's a war being waged against you, man. But I'm gonna tell you this, which I was surprised to see, that Jake is getting tired of it, right? The scriptures talk. Matter of fact, I think it's Genesis 49. Am I spelling that right? I don't think so. We'll see. Right. It's Genesis 49 and 9. It says, Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son. Thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched down as a lion and as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up? Right? And this is happening now. It's happening where Jake is getting roused up, and I was just perusing around in these different articles and blogs and all the sites that have reported on this, and Jake is saying like, look, we got to protect ourselves, man. Esau is after us. Now they're not saying Esau, but they understand that some that they're being backed into a corner, if you will, right? And like the story I always tell about the time my dad backed that little mouse into the corner, he charged at my dad, man. And Jake is gonna charge, man. The scriptures speak about there being a race war, right? So let me read a little bit of this article so you can hear about it if you have. I mean, I can't imagine there's anyone who hasn't heard about this, but so let me read a little bit of it. It says the killing of Ahmaud Arbery. Okay. It says the video is short and shocking. It's taken from the perspective of a vehicle following a young black man running at a jogger's pace. The jogger is 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery. Arbery approaches a pickup truck parked in the street. There are two white men, one outside the vehicle with a shotgun, 34-year-old Travis McMichael, and the other, his father, 64-year-old Gregory McMichael, standing aloft in the flatbed. The McMichaels had reportedly chased Arbery, blocking his path at another location, at which point he had turned around and jogged another way to avoid them. In the video, when the men encounter each other, there's immediately an altercation. Arbery and the younger McMichael fight for control of the shotgun. Shots are fired. Arbery tries to run away, but he is clearly wounded and his knees buckle. He collapses to the ground. The video ends. After Arbery fell, the younger McMichael rolled over the limp body to see if the male had a weapon. According to a police report, there was blood on McMichael's hands when the police arrived. Arbery died of his wounds. This is how the police report detailed the father's explanation for why he and his sons chased Arbery. McMichael stated he was in his front yard and saw the suspect from the break-ins hauling ass down Satilla Drive toward Burford Drive. McMichael stated he then ran inside his house and called to Travis McMichael and said, "Travis, the guy is running down the street. Let's go." McMichael stated he went to his bedroom and grabbed his .357 Magnum, and Travis grabbed his shotgun because they didn't know if the male was armed or not. Now, come on, man. Come on, man. Arbery was not armed, and he was not the suspect in any break-ins. He was a former high school football player who liked to stay active and was jogging in the small city of Brunswick, Glenn County, Georgia, near his home. Neither of the McMichaels was arrested or charged. From the time this happened in late February, they have had the luxury of sleeping in their own beds, free men, while Arbery's body is confined to a coffin deep in the grave at New Springfield Baptist Church in Alexandria, Georgia. So, I mean, you get the gist of it, man. You get the gist of it. And for you niggas that are gonna be out here looking for justice from the judicial system, you got another thing coming. Travis McMichael and Daddy McMichael are gonna are gonna continue to sleep in their bed comfortably. And I don't know when Jake is gonna realize that this is not your country. The justice that is fabricated here or built here has been built here. It was not for you. It never has been. You are not considered a citizen of the United States. You are an employee, which means you are a slave. Don't be fooled because there are other nations who are also employees. You and your people, blacks, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, so forth and so on, are here to serve a sentence. That's it. You were brought here to serve a sentence, and you are serving that sentence. Don't expect justice from people that did not design this country for you. Your part in this country was to build it, and now it's built. There is no more need for you. They have found a way to receive free labor by way of automation and outsourcing their work, so that you are no longer needed. And if they feel the need that they're gonna kill you, they're gonna kill you. And the only way that you're gonna have out of it is the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And it's a damn shame you niggas don't know, man. So I got a couple of scriptures here I'm gonna read. Yeah. This is Matthew 11 and 12. It says, "And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force." Right? So this is not a new thing. This is not new. Esau has been killing Jake for sport, man. And it's a damn shame that you still got Jake out here complaining about it, man. Now I don't recommend you go out there and do some physical harm to Edomites, but I would respect you more for choosing that route than to complain to the same people who look like the motherfuckers is doing the killing, man. You know, but hey, it's a part of the story, man. This got to happen. But you best believe out of these types of situations, a race riot will ensue. You better believe it, man. There's no way it couldn't. All right, go to this next one here. Mm, Yeah. This is Isaiah 10:5. It says, "O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, the staff in their hand is mine some Salakia, is mine in indignation. I will send him against an hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge." Right? And Esau has that charge. And he is he is fulfilling it to a T, man. To take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire in the streets. You see? This is what the Assyrian was hired for, to tread you down in the mire of the streets. That's his job. Esau is not doing nothing more than he's supposed to be doing. You are in danger, man. Anytime there's an Edomite around, you are in danger. Trust me when I tell you. All right. Let me go here to Second Ezra's. This is Second Ezra's 13:29. It says, "Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen, which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending." You see? So this has to happen in order for the coming of the Lord Yahweh Shai, your deliverer, to come, man. All right, I got one more, and then we get out of here. Right, Micah 5:7. It says, "And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people as a dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who if he go through both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver." All right, that's what's coming, man. These types of situations, and it's been brewing, man. Your Trayvon Martins, your Mike Browns, your Tamir Rice, and so forth and so on. I forget this other guy's name who got shot by the white lady cop in his apartment building. Now this situation, it's been brewing, man, and it's getting ready to spill over, and you're gonna see a race riot, man. Why not? All the other prophecies are coming to pass. Why not this one? Right? All right. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Dash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well. Honor salutations to the hopeful elect. With that, I say Shalom.